This handbook is a handbook of global comparative urban studies. Global because for the last 40 years we have seen a variety of urbanization processes all over the world, and the whole world is becoming urban. Also global because research is being produced in different parts of the world, in South America, in Africa, in Bangkok, in Southeast Asia, China, and of course Europe and the US. And we argue that comparison should be central in this structuring of this urban field at the global level. Surprisingly, historically, in the field of urban studies, comparison was not so developed, and there are a number of reasons for that. Number one, of course, was methodological nationalism. The 20th century world was national and people look at their own country. Second, in urban studies, people like to study one city. So we have like more than 900 books about Chicago. We call that Chicagology. Also because in the Marxist wave, a lot of people interested in urbanization processes and not so much at territorial formations like cities. And also because a number of people were, we didn't have the data to do more measurement and to do some of comparison. So there were lots of good reasons to prevent much more comparison. And of course, when comparison was done, it was the usual suspect. London, New York, New York, London, London, New York, and possibly somewhere else sometimes, but not much. So we thought with my colleague Jenny Robinson from UCL in London that it was time to sort of enlarge the world of comparison, because for the last 20 years we have seen a surge of innovative work being produced in different parts of the world. That's the point of this handbook, trying to make sense of all this innovative work and trying to structure the world in the making of global urban studies in different disciplines, structured by comparative work. Both Jenny and I, we come from different traditions. Jenny Robinson is a remarkable geographer at UCL London. She's South African. She's done some excellent work on South Africa and comparison between various cities in Asia and Africa, and a lot of interesting work on new tactics of comparison for urban development in the world. And I'm more a comparative social scientist coming from the Western world and doing more work now in South America and in Asia. This tension between Jenny and myself, this amicable tension, was central to try to organize and get some innovative work. Of course, we try to use people from different disciplines, because that's the point of urban research. It's interdisciplinary, with scholars from geography, sociology, planning, history, anthropology, sometimes critical human studies as well. Second, of course, we wanted contributors reflecting the intellectual traditions and ongoing work. And thirdly, we wanted some contributors. Some of them were doing synthesis in terms of what each discipline was really emphasizing in the comparative urban research. But also, there are some sort of wide geographic area type of urban research doing comparison. There's a particular type of tradition of urban research in Asia that is underlined by my colleague Takashi Mashimura. There's a tradition connected to colonialism in some ways in Africa, identified by Laurent Fourchard. There is also a range of work that was done in different ways in South Africa, identified by Eduardo Marques, and same thing for the US and Europe. And lastly, we wanted some people doing some innovative work, using different methods, different ways of framing issues, and doing exciting work at the moment. And that's the point of the book. In a way, some of the authors were also recruited because in the seminar Cities Are Back in Town that we had in Sciences Po for the last 20 years or so, we have listened to a number of people. The core of the book is to argue that units are not independent anymore. You have to think about a world that is multi-level and that is more and more connected through all sorts of mobility. So welcome to the world of imperfect urban comparison. And in that world, some people are trying to think innovatively. We see some remarkable work by Rob Sampson, a sociologist from the US, using some network analysis to compare at a structural level different cities in the US. Or you would find someone like Garth Myers, who is African, looking at archipelago thinking to try to organize the comparison between cities. Or my colleague Julianne Boudreau in Mexico, comparing Paris, Mexico, Hanoi, and Montreal. And she used the lovely word of quilting comparison because she's bringing different types of experience and data to organize the comparison. Or our colleague Dominique Boulier here at Sciences Po, using all new traces and new types of data to organize the comparison. The handbook is a plea to raise imagination, to think about your research design, to ask different questions, study different kinds of cities and different kinds of urbanization process to make sense of this global urban world.